So before we go into lighting and designing the scene, we have to prep our model a little bit more. So I'll quickly show you how I will fine-tune everything. First, I will turn on my feet. There we have them. And as I said, this should be kind of like the membrane material. Okay, there we are. Since these are clones, so linked duplicates, they all have that material done. Let's turn on the interface elements. So here, these dots, this should be the plastic interface. Also, I have like a leftover thing there. So in case you do clean up unused data blocks, throw unneeded stuff out. Cool. Now, this is also a clone, so linked duplicates. So I can select all those. I only need to assign the material one time, go to a top view. Now, they're actually at the wrong position. They have to be there. How do we do this? Well, we could rotate them, but we wrote them on the spot. Again, this is where the 3D cursor comes in so handy. Cursor to world origin, pivot, transform pivot to cursor, R180, enter, done. Cool. Easy peasy. Actually, yeah, good. We can keep local. So next thing is we need to bring in the images for the plus minus. And I want to make things easy when I position them. So there we are. So minus and plus. I will put those onto X, Y, and Z 0. Select both, scale them down, bring them up. Here, scale this more down. Might want to turn on the material preview so I can see how big these interface elements look. So this is too big. So I can do a nice overlay and see in relationship to the mic. Yeah, this starts to look good. Very nice. Okay, then I can center it. See here along this line. Very good. And minus left, plus right. Very good. So click the plus. And now how do I bring this over and rotate it easily? Well, again, 3D cursor. R, rotate it. And now I'm paying attention to how much do I rotate it. So maybe minus 42. That means then this one is rotate. R42 minus. There, now pay attention to what actually was in here. Cool. Yeah. Both of those also have a scale factor. Apply scale. Very good. Yeah. They are actually kind of good. Then we can select those two, bring them down, kind of like to there. And then I will add a subdivision surface modifier. You see that makes it round, but I go to simple because then it adds actually the mesh for me. I want this one to have a copy of this. So with both still selected, Control L, make a link to the modifier. There, that has it now too. Very good. And I could say, yo, shrink wrap. Project. Now we can go local and there, along Z, positive and negative. And my target is the top here. This one doesn't do it yet, so Control L if I want to flop. Because I applied the scale factor to them, the offset here will be much better now, so 0.5 millimeters. Okay, that's good. 0.2. What about 0.1? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now one more time, Control L. You see then this one copies over all the value. When I zoom in, you can see all three are faceted. So select them in object mode, right click, shade smooth. Boom, done. Okay, so we're actually getting pretty close. So all this is rebuilt. I would like to go one time back to the whole meshing problem. And there are two ways now we can solve this. So for example, now we will experience it maybe when I do a top view. Oh no, this looks terrible. This is so jaggedy. From a distance, this is fine. When we do a close-up, this is not very good. So this is a general problem with polygon meshes. And in the previous videos, I talked about, well, we have two options. We can mesh this really fine, or we can mesh this rather coarse. We need to figure out what's the correct means. And this is particularly when you're new to it, more a little bit as a mystery. So you need to figure out kind of like in test phases what looks good. Now I actually realized that seeing that from here, my first judgment actually wasn't good. So this is too coarse. I need this one step, and would have needed this one step finer. Now there are two ways how I could solve this. I delete the main bodies and then remesh it, but that's a lot of work. Or because again, this is just a concept model now. In this case, because it's also very cylindrical, well, what about you just add a level 1 subdivision surface modifier to it? Let's take a look at it, and you see, wow, this looks much nicer. There, that's already all we need. Maybe here for this one too. Do you see then here there's a piece that sticks through? That's this one that also needs a level 1, and also here you see this stuff. That's actually the inside part. Come on, hold control. Oh, that was a key function actually. Oh, I guess it's not active anymore. Good, then we say here internal light. That does it. Bang, done. One warning when we do a subdivision surface. Now here we have a point. Actually, we have many points. Yeah, because this is still open. You see, this looks actually... Ah, there it is. And this is not ideal. So how do we fix this? B, select all this. And we have to merge all that stuff. So clean up, merge by distance. Yeah, so it's 1 point. Oops. So then it looks better, but now you see there is this typical subdivision surface triangular problem. You see how this is very, yeah, I mean, it is really terrible. Okay, so how do we fix this better? So what we can do, we delete this point, select all, press F, and we put in an n-gon. Oh, that's even worse. So yeah, what do we do now? Okay, few tricks. First, when we go to the material rendering, let's see, 0.1. Why don't I see a reflection? Okay, let's go maybe here to cycles. Okay, do I see something in the rendering? Okay, this is actually good. So that means I might not really have to worry about this too much. Now this is an Eevee. Still, let's try to see when we add a light, do we see anything? No, this is good. Okay, so basically this means in this view here, I can see these issues, but it might not really show up in the rendering. That means we don't worry about this anymore. Now, few more cleanup steps. Let's do one of our regular checks. Whoa, everything is inverted. A, Shift N, go to here, in edit mode, A, Shift N, H, yep, this is all good. This one here is wrong. Edit mode, A, Shift N, object mode. Cool. Alt H, and then we can turn this off. Because we added a subdivision surface modifier, this became very round, terrible. So we go to edge select, alt click on these edges. Here, this way, then we can see them better. And then mean crease one. There, we tighten this again. And we should do the same here too. So turn this on and it's easier to see everything. So alt click and shift E and 1 and enter that. Shift E is the crease command. Now what's going on here, this little one, we need to give a subd 2 and it snaps inside. We also down here have this thing, so shift alt click, shift E, 1 enter, there we are. Now we put these sharp edges back. Very good. Let's take a look. Yeah. This actually is taking slowly, nicely, pretty shape. So then only here maybe the material we have to update. So this goes away. This we disconnect. And we said this is more actually a gray, not this strong white. So go to here, Control C on the color, Control V on the color. And there we paste this in. Beautiful. Okay. This is everything for this part. If, however, actually I just saw that now here, this is a tick to bright bottom inside. Let's give this a material. Control V. We give this darker material. Yeah, this actually looks now a tick better. Now in comparison, now I can see actually these holes are actually way too big compared to here. So I could go back to Gravit and adjust it, or Illustrator, but this is fine. It's all good. Okay,